Hi, I'm Joe Sanwright Calendar, the author of the Happy Little Garbage Truck picture book and educational program. I have been talking about things that we can do to optimize the amount of positive thinking that we can do during the week and during the day by reducing the stressors that seem to come up no matter how hard we try. Of course, it's part of living a life. But in this article by Travis Bradbury, I found some really wonderful tips, and we're going to continue with the tips today. And his one tip that I found intriguing was reducing the use of electronics. And it really did connect with me because friends and I were talking about how much during this COVID quarantine, our days seem to shrink, even though we have time at home. And we kind of brainstormed and thought that it's probably because we're working at home and we're available at home. And so things that we would possibly escape by being out and about, we're constantly bombarded with because we're available. And one of the things that I thought about is, it's impossible to escape all of the electronic usage that we need because, okay, the children are on Zoom for classes. Perhaps you're on Zoom for your business meetings and church meetings, but we can reduce some parts of our day, the use of electronics in some parts of our day, or just have an electronic free zone, as I've heard it. Someone called it an electronic diet. But in Travis's article, he suggested that perhaps in the evenings that would be a time when you're not going to have any negative repercussion from not picking up your cell phone or answering a call. And late in the evening, in particular, I found kind of dovetails into what we were talking about getting a good night's sleep. An article, well, I leave several articles in the description box below, but one of the articles talked about the three big reasons why you don't want to be using your cell phone at night. One, the blue light of the cell phone disrupts the melatonin secretion, which is the melatonin is a hormone that helps you fall asleep faster. Um, and then she went on to talk about that it causes retinal damage because even though we have some of this light coming into our retina during the day, at night it has having a prolonged period of this blue light on our retina can cause retinal damage. And there's some other parts of the article that talked about how the chemical disruption in the body could lead to cancers. So, it's just like not a good thing to use your cell phone at night. And to take the place of the cell phone, if you have a cell phone or electronic free period, perhaps this is a time when you can switch gears with your children, or just have a family discussion and talk through maybe plans for the next day. Um, you can talk over dinner without any electronics on, read a story to your children at bedtime. And I look, as a child, I loved that period when my mother would tell me a bedtime story. And I know that children, when I visit my nieces and nephews, they love to hear a nighttime story before they go to bed. And I think it really connects with us too. If we read a book before we go to sleep, and not a murder mystery or anything like that, but a book that can kind of help our minds relax, then we'll find ourselves falling asleep a little bit easier. And also, if you take the electronic diet or break during the day, it's a wonderful time to start like an art class with your children or go on a nature hike or do some kind of baking or snack preparation. In the classroom, we would create snacks during our snack time. And I think it's about just before we went out for recess, about 10. So we had like this little period of time, and the parents and I would preset all of the ingredients and then show the children what snack they were making, and then they would have the creative um, time and ability to create their own snack. And then we would chat while we were eating, our creations. It was a lot of fun. So I think that you'll find taking this electronic break or starting an electronic diet will be so helpful to reduce the stressors in your life. And and, and more importantly, at night, it will help you have a good night's sleep if you changed gears and put away the cell phone and decide to do something that's maybe more old fashioned, like reading a book or doing a crossword puzzle or whatever a puzzle. I have one friend who does puzzles at night. So just anything that is off the electronic grid for a bit. Um, this weekend, it's 4th of July. I think that this is a great time to try that diet. So, talk with you next week and we'll pick up on some more tips. And I hope that you have a wonderful weekend and a wonderful 4th. Bye bye.